What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We have the real steel Sylph right here. We're going to do a final review over this thing. Now, at first glance, you might think it's a little cheap or a little awkward or something like that, which I kind of thought too. But it was kind of cool after I kind of got handling it and checking it out and everything. And I did some research on it, looked at a few things up, and it's actually kind of cool. It's got some features you can kind of do with it, like change out and switch. But for the blade, it is a black PVD coated Nitro V steel blade. There you go, right there. Nice little emblem right there, I guess, for the design or something like that. I don't know if that's the real steel emblem or something like that. This is my first real steel, so I haven't really checked them out a whole lot. The thing about the pocket clip also is something that was kind of different. Obviously, it's ambidextrous, but it has a hole right here on both sides, obviously. And on the pocket clip, the part that goes onto the handle, it has like a little bit of like a nipple type thing that sticks out, and you put it right into that, and then you'll take this screw out, obviously, and put the other screw from the pivot or the pocket clip side over here. So this is just like a filler screw type thing, just to hold the pivot or the column right there. If I can get you to see it, there you go. It just holds that in place. And then that's what this little screw, the pivot screw, why do I keep saying pivot? The pocket clip screw goes into it also, I'm assuming. So it kind of helps hold it there. No need for a backspacer since the whole thing is like made together. So that's what's kind of different about all this. Like, it's not two different pieces screwed together. It's all literally one piece. It's just like folded over. So that's what I thought was kind of unique about it. Like, yes, it may look a little cheap or something like that, but it's unique in its own way, which is, I thought, kind of cool. Opens very well, very smooth. Closes pretty good, pretty well. May need a little touch, mess with that little pivot right there to kind of loosen it up. Maybe a hairball, see if that helps. But overall, though, it's a pretty solid knife. Great thumb studs. I like them. Not too sharp, nothing like that. Nothing that's going to cut you up. They're very smooth as well as aggressive enough that you're not going to have any problems flicking it open, either with your thumb or your reverse flick. So not too bad there. One thing I kind of looked into was I was just looking up total information over and everything because I didn't know a lot about it. And they said they're going to have future customizations for it. So I know there's other ones out there, different colors. So I'm guessing you could probably change out the handle, like the different colors, whatever you want. They're coming out with new stuff. It said on there, didn't get a good look at everything. It didn't say a whole lot yet about what specifically. But I'm assuming like this little coating out here, this little handle on the outside. I really don't even, like, an outside scale, I don't even know what you necessarily want to call that because it's got this liner in it also. But this outside gray coating is probably, I would think, one part that you can customize. You can take it off, put a new one on, stuff like that is what I'm assuming. And also, I'm sure you can change out other stuff. I don't know exactly what they were talking about. I'm just assuming right now. Hopefully, I'm assuming right. But it is a liner lock. Great little texturing right there on the liner lock. I like when companies do that. It just makes it a little easier to make sure you get it. You grip it, you close it, you flip it, or you slide it over and you close it, Like, don't get me wrong, if it's smooth, like, it's not a big deal. But I like when there's a little bit of texturing right there just to make sure you get it, you know what I mean? Let's get a real quick length on this thing. The cutting edge is about, I'm going to say about 3 inches, maybe 2.95. And the overall is about 7.15, I would say. Yeah, I'm going to say 7.15. So not too shabby. I want to get a weight real quick on this because I'm kind of just curious about it. I'm very curious about this knife because it's just very different. Oh, so it's a little heavier than I thought. 3.3. Okay. And one thing I was kind of fiddling around with, I forgot, is it's rounded out. So it's not like on every other knife I own, like, it doesn't sit like that, like this. Like, obviously it's all flat. It doesn't sit like that. So that kind of stinks. But with its unique design, obviously it's going to fall over every time. But it's just very unique. And it actually, I think that's why I feel like I like it so much in hand. Because, excuse me, because it is rounded out, or rounded. And I feel like it just fits smoother in my hand. There's not like any edges or anything like that. It is very small. Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? Puberty just hit just now. No, I've been sick. I'm trying to get over that crap, and it's kicking the crap out of my voice. But it's small in hand, and it's just very thin, and like this way, and like also like the width and this length and everything is very minimalist. And that's what I like about it. And plus you could choke up. It's got great jimping on it. I like the jimping. It's not too bad. Let's get a close up for you. And again, the blade is almost like it's rounded out almost. It's got like an edge, but it's also rounded at the top. So that's kind of cool. I would think it's just because obviously the top's rounded too right here. The handle is, so it's kind of like to keep it going, kind of keep the design going. You know what I mean? And it's very minimal on screws. Like literally, it's got the pivot, and you got this one right there, obviously for the pot clip too. So that's very minimal on screws. Check them out. I don't know. I think they're T6 though. Yeah, see that's T6. Obviously this is probably going to be T6. Yep. That's T8, I'm sure. Yeah, see that's T8. So it's kind of, they have a couple other variations out. They had like a pretty cool blue one, like a blue handle. I think it was black also, like black blade and everything. So that's really kind of cool. It's just different. And I don't know. I'm gonna give it a pretty decent score. I'm gonna give it like a 7.10 just for uniqueness and design. It is 59 bucks too, so it's cheap. So it's not bad. Like it's 59 bucks. Like I would probably pick one up just to kind of, okay, 59 bucks depending on the customizations you can do with it. I would buy one if I had some cool stuff that you could really do to it. You know what I mean? If it's just plain Jane crap, I probably wouldn't spend the money on it. But if you can customize it and make, do stuff to it, make it look cool, whatever it is, whatever they have in mind, like I think it would be worth it. But that's all I got really on this little thing. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section. If you like the video, just leave a thumbs up. Thanks.